Hello everyone. It is currently Friday, May 28th. This is the start of a new vlog, so vlog 2. I just got finished editing and posting vlog 1 on YouTube, and that's why we're getting a late start today, because it is almost 3 o'clock. But like I said in that video, I owe you a yarn haul, and I'm trying to get better at doing these things and getting on a regular schedule, because I'm hoping to do this weekly or bi-weekly. We'll see how life goes. But we're currently 25 weeks pregnant today, so feeling okay. Got some editing done, and as a reward for editing, I did my nails, because I usually do my nails by myself. So they're looking very, very bright. I think it's Coral Crush or something like that from D&D. It's just a simple one color, but that's how I got myself to edit, because it was a 30+ minute video that I shrunk down to 30 minutes. So I did that while I edited. But I figured we'd go ahead and start this haul. Well, start the haul and start this vlog today. If you hear noise in the background, it is Pepper chewing on a toy. We're just going to leave it because she's at least behaving, so we're just going to hear that noise, and I'm sorry in advance. Anyway, talked yesterday about Mom's List, and if you ever hear a clicking noise that I miss in editing, it's literally just this little thing to start and stop the video that came with my tripod. I don't know if you can see it. So you just click this button and it starts taking a video and or picture. So if I ever miss that, that's what this is. Or if you see me like grabbing or putting something down, it's this. It just makes it more convenient. Anyway, getting off topic. So Mom's List is very long, and it always is, because she's my biggest supporter. And this is not me complaining, it's just the truth. So this is the list. I don't know if you can read it because it is written in orange, but it's pretty extensive. And on that list is a lot of Oak and Marlow babies. So like the baby size and the regular size, because my mom's obsessed with them. And I mean, so am I. I love making them, and you know, she's my best customer, so the addiction is, you know, self-supported. And on that list, she's also very generous and kind like I am. So she always has things for other people as well. So hopefully she won't see this until her birthday, because her birthday is not until I think October. But this is for Mama Grinda, or Grandma Grinda. I don't know what she's going to want to be called. She's not officially my grandmother yet, but she's obviously going to marry the lovely Mike at some point. So she will be my step-grandma. So she loves frogs like I do. So we have a Bloom purple swing and a frog. She lives in California, so having these on your car window or car mirrors are not illegal like it is here in Virginia. And if that rule has changed, please let me know in the comments. But I don't think so. So this is the Alt from Jade pattern pack. I think this one's just like the normal creatures. I have the holiday creatures too. But it's just a little frog. You can slide the swing up and down if necessary, but I think I got him pretty even, so I'm not gonna mess with it too much. So I worked on this, and I've done all of this since yesterday. So yesterday afternoon, after I finished filming everything, this is what I worked on. And we did some yard work, because, you know, yard work's necessary. It is the summer. And then we have this itty bitty cake. I can't remember who this pattern's from. Bear with me, I will look. And I'm going to make another one of these, because like I said, my mom is very generous and very kind like I am. That's where I get it from, duh. So she's wanting to get one of these for, yet again, please don't spoil the surprise if you're seeing this. I doubt she'll watch it, but if she does, we're going to make one for her friend Paula. Her friend Paula is so sweet. I think they went to high school together. Could be making that up, but I think they went to high school together. So she's always been really nice to my mom. They go shopping together, and they actually went on a little trip to Mayberry recently. So the bestest of friends. Hold on, I have way too many patterns, which is a good problem to have. So I'm trying to find it. There it is. So this is the Itty Bitty Bakery Babies, but this is the baby cake, and this is by the Squishy Witch, I think is how you say it. And this was a free pattern on Instagram, I believe. So that's what it is. And this is made with the white and pink fluffy fleck. I don't know if you can see the little sprinkle detail. Barely. Kind of. Which is discontinued because, kind of like Sarah from Crochet Vision, I have a lot of discontinued yarn. I'm a little bit of a yard hoarder. We're not going to talk about it. But we're going to make Miss Paula's with green and the white fluffy fleck as well. So it'll be identical, just green where the pink is, because apparently she likes pistachio cake, which sounds delicious. So we're going to make them have little twinsy birthday cakes. My mom's birthday's not until October either, but she loves cake and I don't blame her. So she can eat her cake and have it too. Her. Anyway, enough of that. And then, move that out the way. She just requested that today, so we will definitely get that taken care of. But last night I started another Fable Baby. So this is with chenille, and this is Sweet Snuggles Light in gray and white. And then I just used some black acrylic for the nose detail. So obviously he's not done, or she is not done. So we still have another arm to add, the ears and antlers, and then of course some fun details and face shaping. So I don't know what order I will do this in. I don't know if I'll finish this one and then make the cake, or make the cake and then finish this one. Because this one's written down on the list, the other one is not. So I might do the other one just so my brain don't forget, because pregnancy brain is real. But that is what we're currently working on, what's on the agenda. Yes, there's still the yarn mess behind me. It's probably going to stay there, because the majority of the yarn that I need for what's on her list is part of this mess, and the mess that I'm not even going to show you because that's way worse than that. So you get to enjoy that chaos. But yeah, the yarn haul. We're getting distracted. I'm telling you, it's the worst. So we think this one is getting discontinued just because it was on super sale at Walmart. And my mom loves pastels. You're going to learn a lot about my mom in this vlog, since we're going down her list as quickly as we can. So we have a ton. I think it's 6. Yep. We have 6 of these, which according to the pattern that she wants this used for, because we bought the yarn and then chose the pattern because why not? This should be enough with a little bit of extra. So she's wanting to do a shell bag. Well, it's a crochet tote is what the pattern is calling it, but it has the shell stitch texture. And if that changes in the time frame, I'll let you know, because I'm not working on this immediately, but I wanted to show you the yarn. Just look how pretty it is. It's very light, very pastel. It's called Fleur de Lavender? Can you see it? Can you see it? Right there. Hopefully you can read it. And this is Peaches and Cream from Walmart. So each of these are 95 yards, and I think the pattern says we need about 450. And that's of course based off of their attention. I might do a gauge swatch. I usually don't. I probably won't. But if I do, hopefully this will be enough. So we have 6 of those. And then she also picked up 2 greens, because I'm sure you've seen, if you're in the crochet realm, I'm sure you've seen the little turtle coasters that when you put down your cup, it looks like turtles getting squished. So she wants some of those, because my mom always loves sea creatures, always has, but specifically turtles, which is why I make a lot of turtles, because she likes them. Plus also, you know, I grew up with them, so I like them. So we also have Peaches and Cream in 2 different shades of green. We have Forest Green, and we have Rosemary, 2 very fitting color names. So we have these 2. We haven't decided 100% which color we're going to use, if we're going to use both of these for one, or if we're going to use a variegated green that I have. Because I have a little bit of cotton yarn left over, because I made a bunch of bucket hats last year for like markets and stuff, which I still have a ton of. So I need to post those on the website and show them here on YouTube, so hopefully they can find a home. Because they are the ones that Kelsey makes. I think the tutorials from, ooh, I have no clue. I will hopefully link that below. But that tutorial, but I use Kelsey's edits to the pattern to make those. So I have a ton of those to get rid of, but I have a little bit left over of a variegated green from Lily Sugar and Cream that I could use for the shell color. So when we get to these, whenever that may be, we will definitely get that clarified and make those together. But that's the little mini yarn haul. 8 skeins is not too bad. And most of these will be used up in 1 to 2 projects, and then hopefully some little bit of scrap left over. But I think that's enough rambling. I'm not going to read you the big long list just for the reason of it changes often. And, you know, I want to keep it a surprise a little bit. A little bit of mystery. But I will give a little spoiler alert other than there's a lot of Oak and Marlowe babies. She also unfortunately lost our little brother, is what we called him. Flash, our wiener dog. He passed away, I think around April last year, so he's been gone for about a year. And you know, she was wiener dog obsessed the whole time we had him, because he was 15 or 16 years old, maybe even older than that. He was a very old boy when he finally crossed the Rainbow Bridge. So we're doing a lot of memorial pieces for him, and also just because wiener dogs are adorable. So we have at least 2 wiener dogs, if not 3 on the list, 2 plushies and some appliques, I believe. So we'll be working on those as well. But with ADHD and just, you know, following the dopamine, we will see what pattern we get to next. But for the time being, I think I'm going to go ahead and work on the green version of this cake, just so I don't forget, since it's not written on the list. And they take absolutely no time, because it's no-sew and they're absolutely adorable. The hardest part is literally working in the back loops after you do the bobble stitches, and that's it. Everything else is a piece of cake. Okay, I'm annoying myself. We're done rambling. It's been 11 minutes already, so we're gonna click the little button. It never works the first time. And in this clip. Hello, ladies and gents. It has been like 30 minutes, if even. But I wanted to show you a little update on the cake. Look how stinking cute it is. This is literally the hardest part, and this is why. You see those teeny tiny back loops? Focus on it, not me. Focus on it, not me. See how tiny they are? We now have to work single crochets in those. That's literally the hardest part of the whole pattern. And the best way to find them is that's the bottom of your bobble stitch, and there's your stitch. So you just have to fight your hook in there. That's it. That's the hardest part of the whole pattern. Other than, of course, doing the bobble sequence, but that's just because memory's not my greatest right now. But we're going to continue to work on this. I'll probably come back when I finish it. I just wanted to show you what I meant by the hardest part, because love this pattern. Like, it's going to be real hard not to make 50 billion of this pattern. Sorry, baby indigestion. But yeah, that was super quick. And now the hardest part, working back in those loops, and then the rest of it's a breeze. So I'll see you when it's done. Hello everyone. It is officially Monday. If you can tell by my face, I'm not feeling the best today. So it is currently 3 o'clock, and I have been crocheting some today, but not a whole lot. I'm taking it very easy today because we did a lot this weekend getting everything ready for baby and just straighten up the house. So I just figured I'd show you what I worked on, because the last time we talked, I was starting a little cake for my mom's friend. So we got it finished on Friday, and it took me forever to get it finished, not because it takes long to do it, but because ADHD, and it was just a long day on Friday. So we got this one done. It's all I finished this weekend. And then this morning, I finished the little deer for my mom. I had everything done except for one arm and then 2 little ears, and then these are just surface crocheted in. So I just did some face shaping, sewed on the arms, the ears, and then added the little details. But yeah, that's done and ready for her. So that's one less thing on her list. So we're still working on the Oak and Marlowe babies today, and I thought I'd hop on here and show you what I'm doing, because she has 3 of the birds that she wants made. She had 4 in total, but she had 5 in total, but we've already finished the duck and the flamingo. I think I have pictures of those. If so, I'll try to insert them somewhere around here. But for the last 3 birds, I was going to go ahead and batch their feet, just because the feet are made a little different than her other patterns, because they have the little toes at the bottom, and then it's got like a little hump in the back to show that it's like a bird foot. So we have 2 that she wants yellow feet, and then 1 that's going to have coral, because my mom likes pastel colors. So even if it's not like 1000% like an accurate color, she wants it to be pastel-y and cute, which don't blame her. So one's going to have the coral feet. I think this is actually called coral. Yes, it is. So this is Coral and Chanel Light. Nope. Sweet Snuggles Light, if I can get my names right. So we're going to do 3 more just like this, and then 2 in that other color. And then I will finish up each individual bird at a time. But with the unique way that you do these feet, I'd rather do all these at once than having to stop and come back, because they're not hard. But once you've wrapped your brain around how they work, I'd rather just get them all done at once, especially with pregnancy brain. And I will keep mentioning it because I did not know how bad pregnancy brain truly was until I got pregnant. Even the first time. I wasn't pregnant for long, unfortunately, for the first time, and it was still, for real, the worst. Because I am pretty intelligent, I would like to say. Have a college degree in anthropology, which is not an easy degree to get, because there's a lot that you have to study, because it's a holistic kind of, I think that's the right word, see what I mean? It's a holistic approach on study of humans in general. So you study culture, archaeology, you know, like genealogy, all kinds of stuff all together just to get that degree. And now I can't even find the words that I want to say half the time. And my favorite meme right now about pregnancy is I have 2 brains in my body at once, and neither one of them wants to work, because that is so flippin' accurate. So, since I have my brain wrapped around the little foot, we're going to go ahead and make them all at once so we can do that. So, we have a rooster, a hen, and an ostrich to make. But we're going to start with their feetsies. This one didn't take very long, so we're going to go ahead and get the other ones taken care of and go on about our day. But that's the only update for now. Don't know when I'll come back on here and talk to you guys, but we will get this done. So it is June 1st. So our next baby appointment is June 9th. And then Zach's birthday, well, June 9th is our next baby appointment. June 10th is our wedding anniversary. And June 11th is Zach's birthday. So we got to get a lot of stuff done this week, because next week's going to be busy. I think it's next week. So we will get things done. And we will get this vlog hopefully posted by Friday. If not, Saturday. But that's all for now. Bye, guys. Alrighty, I'm back. It is 4:30, give or take. It did not take me that long to do all 6 legs. I did cake up some yarn, because this yarn in particular, it's like the chalky version of Sweet Snuggle Light. I don't know if you can tell just by looking at it, but you see how it's kind of like, see that difference? Hold on. Let me see. In comparison to the gray, which the gray is perfection for chenille, but you see the difference? You see how that's like, I don't know, almost like skips a little bit. It's not as consistent, and it's like chalky and kind of sticky. And with that being said, a center pull with that, it kept getting tangled, and it was driving me nuts. So I had to cake it up. I went ahead and caked up the gray because it was falling apart too. So that took a little bit of time. I organized a little bit in the craft room for the chenille. There's still quite a few that I need to cake up just to make it easier to put on my shelf, but I didn't want to take that much time because I really want to get done with these birds as quickly as possible. But it's probably not going to happen today because, like I said, it's 4:30. Husband usually gets off at 5, and then it takes him some time to get home because city traffic. But anyway, I'll show you the feetsies. So we have 2 of these, 2 coral, and then we have 4 yellow. So those are ready. And I said I was going to do them from start to finish from this point out, but then I realized the wings are also separate. So I'm going to do all the wings for all the birds and then go from start to finish on that. Meaning like attaching the feet together, the whole body, the head, sewing on the details, etc. for each bird after that, just because I'm a kind of a assembly line kind of person when it comes to market prep usually. And I know this isn't market prep, but they're almost the exact same pattern with only a couple extra tweaks to the details. And each one of these has their own like little mod to it in the pattern, because I am using the Fable Babies pattern, but the wings are the same. So I'm going to do all the wings and then go one by one. I'll probably start with the rooster, then the hen, then the ostrich, most likely. If I change my mind, I'll let you know. But this will probably be the last time I check in today, just because usually when the husband gets home, I try not to film, just because I like to spend time with my boo. And also we have more laundry to do, because we have to get all of our adult laundry taken care of and squared away and on a more like better routine before baby girl gets here, because I have to wash all of her stuff. So we got a lot of stuff secondhand, and Zach and I both have pretty sensitive skin, so I'm assuming she's going to have sensitive skin. So we have to rewash all of her stuff and get it put away and ready to go for when she gets here. Yeah, we probably won't do that for another month or so, because I don't want it to have that stored smell on the baby. But we have to get our stuff taken care of, because we usually keep our clothes in 2 separate rooms, just because we didn't need to worry about that. But now we have to downsize a lot of our clothes and get them all to fit in one room at some point, and that's going to take a while. So we're working on that. So that's probably what we'll work on this evening, with a little bit of crochet time in between. So we'll see how much we get done tomorrow or this evening, and I'll show you what I get done tomorrow. Words are hard. But that's it for today, and I will talk to you some more tomorrow. Hopefully I'll wake up a little earlier. We will see. But yeah, working on birds. See y'all later. Hello everyone. It is now Tuesday. It is around 1:30. I've been up working for a little while. I just had a lot of things in my head that I left pinned yesterday that I needed to just get out of my head before I talked to y'all this morning. Well, this afternoon, whatever you want to say. So I've been working since like 11:30, give or take. Of course, with breakfast and things in between, because as you can probably tell, I don't feel good again today, so I slept a lot. Anyway, the last time we talked, I had gotten all the feetsies done, and I had done all the wings. Well, and then I was going to do all the wings for the birds, which was fine and dandy until we came across a snag. But we'll come across that in just a minute. I wanted to show you what I did complete first. So, like I said, we did Mr. Rooster first. So he is done. The eye placement wasn't perfect. One is over a little farther than it should be, but it's already mom approved. She said it just gives him character, which we're from Virginia, very southern. We just also have ADHD and love accents, so ignore that if it ever comes across, and I'm not doing it to try to offend anybody. It's just the extra neurospicy in my brain. But he is done. So we did, this is sandstone from, I think it's, I have the skein right here, hold on. It's from Hobby Lobby, and it's the Baby Bee Adorable in sandstone. So it's a little bit thinner than the rest of the chenille, as you can probably tell by the feet being a little thicker and the beak looking a little, well, not beak, I think she calls this the wattle, a little bit thicker, but it's still pretty compatible. I think it turned out pretty cute. And then this is coral and yellow from Sweet Snow Light, and I use a size 10mm hook on all of these little Oak and Marlowe babies, and this is with a size 5 Clover Moore hook with this yarn. So yeah, they turn out a pretty decent size, about the size of my head. So that's one bird done. And then we got his girlfriend done. So this is the hen. Her head's a little bigger than I thought it should be. I think I overstuffed it a wee bit, but it's fine. Giving a little bit Chicken Little vibes. If you've ever seen that movie, if you've not, go watch it. It's very, very good. She's got her little tail in the back too, her little matching yellow legs, and then the comb is also coral because she wanted them to be matchy-matchy. So yeah, that one's done. And then the snag I was talking about. So all of the wings look like this. But I forgot on the ostrich mod, she changes it a little bit because they have little fluffies at the end, and I forgot about that. So I'd already made them both gray. And if you know anything about chenille, especially Sweet Snuggle Light, it does not like to frog very well. So instead of frogging it, I tried, oh, let's just sew the fur on. It didn't look the best. Like, it was passable. It's just not my favoritist. So you can kind of see the gray gapping through in some spots, and it's not consistently fluffy. So then I was like, well, I can just crochet with the fluffy yarn into the gray and see how it looks. And I much preferred it. I know it doesn't look too different, but to me it's different enough. So I went ahead and did those two over. So the other ones I'll just unfortunately have to throw away or use as stuffing. But we've gotten this far in the ostrich because it is modified a little bit. So it's got the fluffy here, and then the head is made a little differently, so you add a couple rows in between for the fluff. She just says white in the pattern, but if you wanted it to be fluffy, you're supposed to assume that it's the fluffy yarn, so I just went ahead and did that. So we have the coral at the bottom, the gray, and then we're going to use the sandstone for the head. I was going to use winter white, but it just wasn't different enough, in my opinion. And I thought it looked a little weird. So if you put it next to the fluff, see, it wasn't different enough for me. So I think the sandstone's going to look a lot better. So that's what we're going to be continuing to work on for this evening. Well, for this afternoon. Because we did a lot more laundry yesterday. And then I slept in. So not been doing a whole lot today. I'm going to eat me a little snack here in a little bit. And then get this little baby finished. So I will come back when it's finished to show you. And then I'll tell you what we're going to work on next. Because I think we're going to work on a puppy next. Because I think that's the last baby that we have. And I think there's one more full-size Oak and Marlowe. And that might be it. Other than accessories. But accessories, I have to ask Mom what colors she wants and stuff like that. So, yeah. That's all I got for you at the moment. But we'll be back later. See you later. Hello, everyone. I'm back. It's about 3 o'clock. It didn't take me that long to finish this little baby. I fiddled on my phone, found some videos on YouTube, and was just honestly just having a good old time. So, the ostrich, I about called it a flamingo, is finally done. All the little fluffies everywhere. We love it. We love it. In the pattern, she embroidered little lashes on. I don't know if Mom wants that. I asked her. If she does, we will add them. If she does not, we will just leave it like this. But yeah, all the extra fluff makes it very, very cute. And then next, we're going to do a puppy. And she wants the base white. And I can choose whatever spot colors I want throughout. So this is probably what we're going to work with. We're probably going to do white as the base with some gray and sand spots. And just leave it at that. Keep it nice and simple. And that's the last small Oak and Marlowe baby. And then we have a cat that she wants in a large size. But we have to ask what PJ color she wants, because she wants the cat in pajamas. So we will do that a little later. Don't know if I'll come back on here today, but that's the plan. Start the puppy. Hopefully finish the puppy. And then we'll chat again whenever I come back. See y'all then. Good afternoon, everyone. And I say afternoon because it's like 1:30. Baby girl had me sleep super late today. But it's fine. We're getting started now. So it is 1:30 on Wednesday. We're being pretty consistent with filming this week, and I'm hoping that we can keep it going because I'm going to film maybe a little bit on Friday morning and then edit, so it'll be posted by Friday evening is the schedule I'm trying to do. Might get shifted some, we'll see. But anyway, the last time we talked, I had talked to you about making a patch puppy, and I did get it done. So this is the little patchwork puppy. So we've got gray and then the sandstone, and the ears are 2 different sizes because the weights of the yarns are slightly different, but I think it just makes him a little quirky. But yeah, he's based out in white, so it's white, Sweet Snuggles Light, and the gray as well, and then the sandstone from a Yarn Bees Adorable in this color sandstone. It's got a little gray patch on the back. We decided to give him a little curly tail because to me he kind of looks pug-esque. I know it's not a perfect little pug, but my mom likes curly tails on pigs and pugs, so I figured why not. I'm not exactly in love with it, but it was something to try, and she's liable to want another puppy in a larger size, so we will just go with it for the little guy. So that's pretty much all I've gotten done since we've talked last, because there was a big discussion with my mom about what we were going to do next. So the list has been updated a little bit. So I will grab it and let you know. But the next project has been decided. Gotta move on my junk, sorry. So the things that have been added is we now have the color that she wants for the robe, because there is some accessories we're also going to work on. So she wants a robe and eye mask for one that I've already made and she already has in her possession. And she did send me a picture of what she already has. So as long as she's okay with me exposing her obsession, I probably will add a picture around here somewhere. Or in here somewhere showing all the ones that she currently has. So we're adding to that collection. I think there's 12 in total that she has at home, and there's 5 here, about to make a 6th one. I think that math is mathing. Anyway, so the ostrich is done, need to check that off. Patch puppy is done, so check that off. So all the babies are done. So all the little ones are completed. So what we have on here now is the Siamese cat, which is the next project. So the Siamese cat is going to be in pajamas. I think I just said that. But if you don't know what we're referring to the Tilly the Cat mod to look like Siamese. But where it's got brown, it's only going to have brown for 3 rows, and then it's going to have a bloom color, and then only 2 rows on the hands for brown, and then bloom color. So the only thing that's true to color is going to be, it's going to be the paws and the head. Everything else is going to be a bloom color, because my mom loves the bloom yarn. So we use a little bit of Sweet Snuggle Lights bloom, and then we've also started to use the Premier Bloom Chenille. So this is the color of bloom we're going to be using, and it is called Dewdrop. It's very cute. So it's like a mint green background with pink flowers. So we're going to do that for the PJs. We're going to use Winter White for the base color, because it's like an off-white tanny color. And then for the brown, there's not a whole lot of brown options in the chenille that I currently have, but Dollar Tree actually sells chenille yarn. Not all of them. I know some select stores have it, some don't, but we're very lucky around here we do. And this is a color, I think it was chocolate, but this is an old dye lot of chocolate, because now it's a more like deep brown, which would be more fitting for like a traditional kitty. But where we're trying to keep things a little more pastel, I'm going to use this like older version. And it is quite thin in comparison to the yarn we're going to be using. Let me show you. So you see the size difference? Let me get closer to the camera so you can actually see the difference. So what I do is I just simply double it, and then it's about the same. It makes it stiffer, but it's about the same. And you saw the very little that we're going to be using. So I figured might as well, just to get the colors accurate, because the only other color that's very similar to that would have to either be the gray or the sandstone that's right here behind me, and it's just not simply dark enough. So we're gonna go with this caramel color. And I'm hoping I have enough. So what I do is I cake it and I pull it from the center and from the outside at the same time. So it gets a little messy sometimes, but I'm hoping it won't be too bad since we have very few details that are going to be made in that color. So that is the next project. And then we have also added a pumpkin outfit. Well, that's already been on there. So the accessories I'm going to tell you have already been on here, but then there's one more baby we've added thus far. And we're liable to add some more because she wants a baby and a parent of pretty much every Oak and Marlow baby, which I don't blame her. And there might be some variations within there because she has 3 foxes right now, which the robe is for one of the foxes. So we're making a pumpkin outfit. We're making a robe in a pink base Chanel. I've decided this one because it'll go better with the coral than the darker pink. So it's the Sweet Snuggle Light pink. Let's see, what do they call it? They call this Dahlia Bloom. So it's got the yellow flowers in it. So that's what we'll be making in that one. So that might be my next project just because it's already been pulled. And then we're going to do a bumblebee outfit in gray and yellow. And then we're going to do a flower crown with whatever scraps we have. And then she wants a mama chicken with flowers. So we're going to do a white-based bloom chenille yarn with some kind of flower color. That's not been decided yet, but it's on the list. And I'm assuming it's also going to have yellow legs like the baby, but that's also not been decided. But so far in the Oak and Marlow realm, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more things on her list, which the accessories aren't going to take nearly as long as a full doll. So yeah, I think that's about it because there's still tons of things on her list, but we're trying to get the Oak and Marlow done because the chenille gets fluffies everywhere, absolutely everywhere. So I try to get them done in a batch, and then when I'm tired of being covered in fluffies, I'll pick something else on the list. So that's enough rambling for this morning because like I said, well, this afternoon. So like I said, I'm going to get those 2 things done. So the kitty, we're going to work on it, and then the robe. And then I might come back when those are done. Don't know if I'll get both of those done in a timely manner because, you know, ADHD and just overall not keeping in track. But I do feel a lot better today after all that sleep. I'm going to eat me a good lunch here in just a little bit. Well, I guess a brunch since it's technically my first meal of the day. Whoops. And then we're going to get started. And we're going to watch some more YouTube today. I was watching some old vlogs of Sarah Crochet Vision yesterday. She cracks me up. Love her. I was actually watching her 2024 Christmas or Vlogmas Christmas episodes, which I've already seen before, but she just cracks me up so much that I'm like, I'm going to watch them again. So that's probably what we'll continue today unless somebody else has a new video today because I think Kelsey might have one. Good morning, everyone. And by morning, I mean it's 1 o'clock. We're just going to get used to that and hearing that. But anyway, it is Thursday. It's the next day. I didn't get as much as I wanted to get done last night because yesterday was crazy. But I'm going to show you what it did get done. So the Siamese Kitty in PJs is completed. And oh my gosh, probably the best Oak and Marlow I have ever made. Love him so much, or her. I think she said it's a girl. But anyway, the reason it took me so long to do this is because double stranding this and doing color changes with it was very difficult, especially because the face shaping was not as fun because it was so much thicker. But we got it done. I was covered in fluffies by the time it was done. So we still have the robe to complete in this color, which we'll probably work on next. And then we have decided, and by we I mean my mother, has decided that the mother chicken will be made in this color with yellow feet, just like the babies. So those are the 2 projects we're probably going to work on today. And if you're wondering, well, why was yesterday so crazy? Well, after Zach got home, we decided to go to the grocery store, and then when we got back home, we were going to bake a pizza because we were feeling lazy and, you know, just wanted it to be something simple. So while the pizza was in the oven, we decided to let the girls out because we had, you know, been gone a little longer than we usually do. And we've been having a mama deer hanging out around our suburb, which is usually fine and dandy because, you know, we always watch to make sure she's not in the yard before we let the girls out. Little did we know she was on the other side of our wooden fence. So our yard is gated, a majority of it, but then we share a privacy fence with our neighbors. That's wooden, so you can't see through it. And she was on the other side of it. So we didn't see her, but Pepper saw her. So her and Pepper decided to play tag, and thankfully nobody got hurt. Everybody was just a little spooked, and Pepper did get peed on because she scared the pee out of the poor doe. So they go running up from the bottom of the yard out to the fence, and the deer couldn't jump fast enough because Pepper was right on her heels. So instead of jumping over our gate, like she has been doing a million times because she's been in and out of her yard for like weeks, she goes through the fence, breaking the door on the gate catty corner. So it's broken on this hinge and on this hinge, and it slammed the back of my car. So the tail light cover is also broken. So if you're ever curious what a part hound dog would do in that scenario, they'll chase him down. But thankfully she did not leave the broken fence. So we've been working on boundary control with Pepper, and praise Jesus, it worked. But that was a very, very adrenaline heavy, surprising situation. And it was hysterical to watch my 6-month pregnant hind trying to run up the hill after that dog. Thankfully, everything was fine, and, you know, of course, we were a little frazzled. Tempers were a little high because that's just one more thing on our list to fix. But praise Jesus, everybody was fine. Pepper was completely fine. She just needed a bath because she was covered in doe urine. But other than that, it was okay. But it was just, I still can't believe it happened. So obviously, after all that went down, we came in and we ate our dinner. And we had to calm down because that was just crazy. So we watched some YouTube videos and then just called it a night because it was already around 7, 8 o'clock when this happened. Still rattled that it happened at all. So obviously I didn't get any crochet done. But we're going to get a lot done today. Unfortunately, Zach will be home a little later tonight, so I will have plenty of time to work today. So I'm hoping to get the chicken done and the robe and eye mask done. And then maybe a bee costume? I'm not sure. We'll see. But that's enough rambling for this morning. We only have a couple more check-ins before the end of this vlog, so hopefully I can finish strong and get some projects done, but I still can't believe that happened. So, if you have any crazy deer stories, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to read them, because I'd love to not be the only one that got hit by a deer, not even in the vehicle, sitting still. Anyway, that's just Virginia for you. But I will talk to y'all later. Hopefully I will get some good crochet in today. I'm going to watch some more vlogs of my crochet girlies and just have a good day. But talk to y'all later. Okay, it's been forever. It is almost 7 o'clock. A lot's happened today. Mostly talking to Mom about, you know, projects she wants to add to the list and then completing some of them. So this is not what it belongs to, but I wanted to, you know, put it on so you can see what it looks like. So this robe will go to one of the foxes I've made for her, and the fox is going to be a coral color, which is the color you'll see here in just a minute. So you'll hopefully understand why I went with the lighter of the pink rather than the darker. Sorry if I'm talking pretty quickly. The husband should be calling any second now because he should be on the way home. So I'm talking pretty quickly so I don't get interrupted, because I got interrupted trying to film a clip earlier and just gave up. But anyway, so this doesn't belong together, but it's going to be the way I'm delivering it to her so I don't lose any pieces. And because, you know, might as well see if it fits. So this robe and eye set is done and off the list. And then in the midst of our conversation, Mom decided that Mama Chicken needed a dress, which this is the coral color we were talking about. So Mama Chicken with the yellow bloom, well, the yellow and white bloom, and then the coral dress with her little yellow leggies, and then she's got her little bow in the back And with the little split in the back of the dress, you can see her little tail sticking out. So she is perfect. Love her very, very much. That is all we've accomplished today, though, because we've had to feed dogs, we've had to clean up messes, I've caked some yarn, moved some yarn around. It's just been a day. So, there was a message pop up, sorry. So, that is everything that we've gotten done today. I think this might be the last time we check in. Well, I might check in the morning to show you all of the things one last time of what we got done. And then I'll edit the video tomorrow. So, I will leave that outro for in the morning. I will see y'all in the morning. Alrighty, everyone. This will be our very last check-in for this vlog. But we are going to show all the babies that we have made this week all at once and see if I can get them all in my hands at once. Might be able to, might not. But there is 2 more things that I accomplished since yesterday that I will just show towards the end of all this. I think I remember the exact order that I made all of these. I could be wrong, but if not, it's going to be close enough. So I know I technically made something before this one, but there's 2 of the same, so I'm just going to show those at the same time. So we start with our little frog on the swing that we made for Mama Grenda. Or Grandma Grenda, whatever she wants to be called at that, when that is official. And then we have 2 little cakes. We made the pink one first, and then the green one next. These are made with the fluffy fleck, so you can slightly see the sprinkles in them. Ever so slightly. You can see them better in person, but on camera, it's not really picking it up. So we have 2 of those. Love these. And then I think I have these in the right order. Not sure. So we have the baby deer. And then our little rooster. Tail included. Then our little hen. Or chicken. Whatever you want to call it. And then our fancy ostrich with all her fluffies. And we didn't end up doing the eyelashes, but they can always be added later if necessary. You can see the stack starting to get pretty large. Then we have our little puppy with his different size ears, but it's okay. And his little curly tail. And then we have the Siamese cat. We're just going to move this for a little bit. Move it up. So we have our little Siamese cat, and then we made the robe for a different animal, but he's still going to wear it for us, model it for us. And his little PJs, and of course the robe and its little eye mask. And then the last thing, ooh, dropping them. And then the last animal we accomplished together was the mama chicken. So this is supposed to go with the little rooster baby and the little hen baby. Well, I guess it's supposed to be the chick's mama, or the hen's mama. Maybe we'll do another rooster, we'll see. And her little dress, and it shows her little tail in the back. That's the last thing I showed you. But what I've accomplished since then, oh, there's still some fluffies on it. Hold on. Un momento. We have the little pumpkin outfit. We put the ears in it, or the ear holes in it, because we're not sure which Oak and Marlowe baby will wear this. It might be a costume that gets switched in between them. So we put them in there just in case they're necessary. There's the pumpkin outfit. This is a free pattern on Oak and Marlowe's blog. Excuse me, sorry. The baby indigestion has not changed. So that's that. This was the first one I accomplished last night. And then my all-time favorite, I might be a little biased though, simply because my baby's nursery is going to be somewhat bee themed. So we have the little bee costume, wings included. Little ties are in the way. And yet again, we put the ear holes just in case a bear or a kitty needs to wear it, because we don't know who's going to wear it yet. But they're made and completed. So, if my math is correct, we have 1, 2, 3, technically count her dress as 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I'm going to count the outfit as 12, 13, 14 things accomplished this week. That's a big accomplishment. And then, of course, you know, after we're done talking, we're going to edit this video, or at least try to, and get it posted for you today, and we might start another vlog this evening. It all just depends on how I'm feeling. Feeling okay at the moment. So, yeah. I think that's about it. Officially 26 weeks pregnant today. Baby's next appointment is on Tuesday the 9th. So we get to do the glucose test. We get to get some more scans over because she moved too much in our first anatomy scan. And then just a regular checkup with a substitute doctor. But let's see if we can get all these in hand for a good thumbnail picture. I don't know if that's possible, but we will try. I'm not going to put them in any certain order. We're just going to try to hold them. I'm going to put all these, hopefully, fingers crossed, across the chest. Maybe one up on the shoulder. I don't know. Will you balance? We will see. Move your leg. We're getting there. We're getting there. Whoop, don't fall over. Okay, okay. We're going to leave the outfits in the container, because the outfits don't really matter. Okay, so that's all the Oak and Marlowe babies. If she'll stay still. Stay still, mama. And then we have our cake. Our other cake. And then our Froggy on a swing. Let's see. Where are we going to put Froggy on a swing? Let's go ahead and loop this twice. Haha. Froggy on a swing. So, I think that is it. That is everything for vlog 2. We had some fun. We had some difficulties. We had a crazy deer experience. We've talked a lot, shared a lot. I think that's pretty good. I think this is a good place to end it. But if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Stick around, see what other shenanigans we get into, because we've added more to Mom's list. And she's a very creative lady. So if you want to see what kind of other goodies she comes up with, let us know. And stick around. But I think that's about it. I'm Tana, and this was LuvinEveryStitch. I love you, Jesus loves you, and you matter, and you are so, so loved. So, please, come and add to the shenanigans. Leave a comment below. What was your favorite? What was your favorite goodie? What goodies would you like to see in the future? We'll have some fun. Bye, guys.